What was Jesus' race? Was Jesus a white person or a non-white person? This was a question that we posed to SPU undergraduate students who identified as Asian American and also who identified as Christian. And perhaps not surprising, most students got it right. Only 18% of the students said that Jesus was a white man. So this explicit communication regarding Jesus's race, most of the Asian American participants were able to get the correct answer. But then we took a next step and we showed our Asian American participants different images of Jesus. That is non-white Jesus and also white Jesus. And we had participants then answer a series of questions about the images, including what we call in our field implicit association tests. Briefly, implicit association tests are intended to get at some of the subconscious preferences or biases that one might have. So for example, if I were to ask you, do you like your mother or father better? You might say, I like them equally, as a verbal response. But on an implicit association test, you might pair your mother's picture with more positive words compared to how you might pair your father's picture, maybe more with negative words or slower to pair them with the positive words. That's the logic behind the implicit association test. So going back to the white Jesus and the non-white Jesus images, the Asian American participants, remember many of them correctly recognized that Jesus was a non-white person. The Asian American participants tended to more easily pair the white Jesus images with positive words like supportive and caring than they were to pair them with the negative words like cruel and harsh, and vice versa for the non-white Jesus. That is, non-white Jesus images were more quickly affiliated with the negative words that we showed them. And so this example illustrates the idea that what is consciously communicated, that is, knowing when recognizing that Jesus was a non-white person, might actually go against some of your own biases regarding who Jesus was. And in our case, we're highlighting that many Asian American students had internalized the belief that Jesus was a white person, or at least the white Jesus image was a good thing, and the non-white Jesus, not such a good thing. The other thing that we did in our study was we also gave participants a questionnaire called the Racially Colorblind Measure. And in this measure, it essentially asks about one's tendency to dismiss race as an important factor. So someone who is high on racial colorblindness might endorse statements like, well, race shouldn't matter in how you practice religion, for example. What was interesting was those who are high in racial colorblindness also tended to have the implicit bias the most. So those who tended to say race shouldn't matter when it comes to religion actually were preferring the image of the white Jesus compared to the non-white Jesus. And so one practical implication of this is for Asian American churches to be really intentional about using correct images and pointedly non-white Jesus and related images in their services, online materials, printed materials, so that this kind of internalizing of the white standard as correct Christianity is something that can be avoided. And so that's a practical implication that comes out of our study.